Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this event, the drawing for Halloween, the 31st of October. Well, this recording will be available on YouTube. So if anyone is interested just drawing, this technique could be practiced any time of the day. Any time of the day, any time of year. It doesn't have to be especially Halloween night, but we'll use the idea of light within, inner light, for this drawing session. Those who do not know me, I'm Alina Smolyansky, a certified instructor of NeuroGraphica. And I offer free classes that I use NeuroGraphic Art, not strict, not pure NeuroGraphica, so be aware. But as I have solid background in NeuroGraphica, you will see in my drawings that I follow most of the rules. So whether you want to draw as pure NeuroGraphica or NeuroArt, it's up to you. This is, again, it's a free class. It's more about your intention. It's not so much about rules or suggestions. So paint, colored background, colored markers, paint is welcome. The most important is in intention. Okay. So, well, with this holiday or celebration of Halloween, historically, religiously, was probably connected to Celtic traditions and so many Irish traditions, Celtic pagan origin, and more related to dark forces, when the veil between the two worlds, this world and the other world, it becomes thinner. But today I would like also to focus on light. You know, when it comes autumn and you see pumpkins with light inside, it's probably the best symbol of Halloween. So the origin was those who know that less, pumpkin, it's a North American tradition. Originally, it was done in Ireland as because they don't grow pumpkins, they used other vegetables like potato, rutabaga, and some big vegetables. I saw some images, they were not as attractive. And the idea is to ward off, to take evil forces away. So they were trying to make them really scary, not so much funny, but scary, to keep evil forces away. Especially as it was related to the legend of Stingy Jack. What he did, as the name suggests, he was miser, he didn't want to part with his money, and he tricked devil himself into some uncomfortable situation. And as a result, and finally, when Stingy Jack had life, his life on this earth ended, he was, of course, for his qualities, he was denied entrance to heaven, paradise. And when he came to the other location, is for devil said, well, you know, you weren't nice to me, so I deny your entrance. And so that poor wanderer, the good thing that devil give him, it give you like an ember from the hell. And the poor Stingy Jack put it in a hollowed vegetable and start carrying it just with a tiny light to light his way. So that was probably one of the ideas why people who didn't want to do anything with a soul, wandering soul. You can imagine if this, and this is forever, it's not a very nice story, like many stories that originated in that time in Middle Ages. But the idea is inner light. So I would like to use this legend, not so much legend, but idea of inner light. So when we put light inside the candle, it's light. And when it flickers, it highlights something that keeps away. So what I would like to use this idea, but to shine, we have our inner light. Sometimes we're not aware of it. Sometimes we hide it. But today, I would like it for us to shine it. And how we can shine it? We will use our qualities and ideas and aspiration, the best what we can show to the world. Because if we show our light, there is no darkness. our light, we dispel this darkness. Light and darkness, we wouldn't be able to know the difference. Some of you may be celebrating All Saints' Day, which comes on the 1st. That's religious celebration in some parts of the world, especially Catholic world, that's celebrating. But we will return to our October, the 31st of October. I would like to turn to my drawing camera, and please prepare your drawing tools. And with this idea, and while I'm switching the cameras, please think about what qualities, how you can manifest your best qualities in the world. What are they? What are this? How you can, if your light shines, there is an opening. There's an opening, and what would be that opening? What qualities? What characters? What actions? Okay. So, and I will show an example on my board. Well, as you can see, I show that that's a candle. You can't see it really because it has a dark background, and the camera is tries to light it. So, but if I show like white, for example, light, you can see. So if there is a white, if there is contrast, the camera attracts, like, consider the light and darkness. So that it shows the background. But without this contrast, it's all gray. You can see with this gray, you can't see even the light. If there's a candle, if there is contrast, you can see it's a candle. So that's how it works in real life. But I would like to use this idea of darkness, and we will make light. Or it could be the shape. No, we will use an example of something round, pumpkin, that a symbol of a circle. You know that it symbolizes a source and also safety. So in this case, so if you use some round object, you can use a compass, you can use it by hand, but I will approximately use a circle. That's so my safe place, so-called reminiscent of pumpkin, I'm not sure, but no, this is my safe comfort zone, safe place, maybe symbolizing my inner world within. When I think about me and how can my light, my personal, how can I start with my personal light? A symbol of I think I will just a star. A star, a pentagram, is a symbol of unity, of oneness. And if it's not easy to be conscious, be aware of that connection that we all have, I still hope that I will become more conscious of it with practice, with time, and also believe that we are all connected to that higher source. We are connected, but that's always practice. All traditions is about realizing, become conscious of this connection, become aware of this connection. So that's my good luck, this pentagram, good luck of unity, elements. This light, how I can show this to the world. So that will be like symbolic of my opening. This is still closed. Probably use some colors. I will use pencils and then on this dark background, like softer lines. Then what I can show the world. Yes, a good question, whether we can make any symbol meaning to yourself. Yes, use only the symbols that are meaningful to you. Meaningful to you, your individual It could be anything, even if it's a dot, it's still a symbol. So what comes to me, how I can show what I do with the world, how I can. And the first that comes to my mind, what I do is how I communicate and show my qualities through teaching. Yeah, that's a big one. It's active. And this is how my light. And I just put a symbol of triangle. It's action. It's action, activity. So those who may ask about triangles, in addition to circles, yes, we do use other shapes in relation in NeuroGraphica and NeuroGraphic Art. In addition to circles, there are triangles and squares, rectangles. So there will be another how I communicate, how I can send my inner light to the world. And I can add lines so that connecting it. This is a big part of my life. So my other one activity, how I communicate, of course, communication in general, how I with people, what I do in terms of letters, communication, not mostly related to teaching, but I would say communication in general. It's not easy to. I very much hope that I will try to make it like having through love, like put just a shape, sort of circle, with a little bit likely the heart or water lily leaf, and make sure that my other I communicate not only through teaching, but also through art. I create art and I communicate it, and it's more Christian art, religious art. Right? But as I think about it, it's a big part of my communication. It was more in the past, but also for now, yeah, the good question. For now, they are within the big circle. This is our comfort. This ourselves symbol. This big circle, and how it's like an opening. How we communicate. That's symbolizing opening in that safe area, and how we express ourselves. How our lines let our light, inner light, shine through the world. For now, they're inside. Okay, so that's very. So I put like egg shape art. So that art, it's interesting how close it related. I let my hand draw it, and it stopped only when I touched the symbol. So that art, and I feel that I do not create art enough, even if I do, but there is something in me missing. So perhaps this proximity of this, my inner light with this art, indication that I have to spend more time and invest more into creating art. Obviously, that's something as I feel like I have a special feeling when I use these lines through this circle, or rather egg, symbolizing my art. And I have a room, and I probably think that I will just put it as a, in general, just being a citizen, just being human, just being a neighbor, being a person, being in this world, existing. So that's just a regular circle. As we communicate, of course, it's all our qualities manifested through our daily actions. That's more like, say, daily activities. So that was our yes, outside. So sorry, inside. So this is our comfort with inner space. If you feel I need to expand your figures, please do so. You're welcome to make them if you feel you need. You can make a little bit bigger, stronger. Communication is, oh no, communication is one. I would probably use the communication through heart. That's very special. This one, the general communication, art. No, they could be depending on your case. They could be different. You may be employee, you could be a business owner, you will work, or you just hobbies, or you have clubs, or you're running, or you're organizing gatherings. Maybe you teaching like me. Maybe you also parent, grandparent. You have a family obligation. You have a volunteering. There are many other ways how you can express your inner light, and then you have this different channels, different manifestations of your participation in this life. Now, when we can think about outside. It's more active. So I felt like this area, I may put a small one, it's a circle. I like traveling. So just want to put a small circle traveling. Close to communication, included. It's more like cultural expansion. Well, how many activities? If you want to fit a few more, that's, but not too many. Well, typically 4, 5, 6. And now we're facing, so we're shining our light through this. Let's say talking communication channels, our expression. So now it's very important what's outside. So this is our comfort zone, safety circle. And now I would like to express what I expect outside of me. I know that there is a world around me. So the way I think about the world, the way it's our perception that makes our vision of what surrounds us. So if I expect it to be friendly, I'm talking about immediate environment. I'm not talking with this global issues or some other crisis, or it's what around me. So what I expect from my immediate environment, how I would like them to meet. I will look for some shapes that my lines suggest. For example, this is a nice hugging, 2 lines hugging. I want it to be, and that's in relation to my communication, to be friendly. So and feel safe. That I imagine it. And I just draw a circle of it. So lines, so now what the idea about the direction of the line. Here, some lines come from me. This is my inner light. I express myself communication like this. And then that's my expectation. I imagine that it's all nice. It's like a circle. You can see. Okay. But the environment also affects me. So I can draw the lines through this circle expectation, my expectation, how the world meets me, and I can draw it towards me. It starts affecting me. So the external world starts affecting me. So then I can draw the lines inside, connect them, rounding. Yes, you can start round corners, existing lines. Maybe this one line touches my safe area. Maybe it doesn't go inside. Not everything touches me so deeply. Some communication that happens can be just external. So here is another this related to my business. Yes, I do. I wanted some. I can put a circle here. Here is a nice area. They close. Yes, I wanted to be met. My business activities met with a understanding, with a support. But also, I would like to have some activities happening. So, uh, reflect my attitude reflects what's happening outside of me. And I would like some activity to match activities with, and I use triangle. I just attach it to the existing line, and I just put a triangle. So that responds to the outside world. Communicates with me through these activities, responds to my offers. Yes. Maybe some from travel. Oh, there are many connections. Now I may add some colors, connecting, supporting my manifestation, how I my results with my activities with the outside world activities. You may ask whether you need all the figures, all of it. No, not necessarily. It's how many symbols you need. It's up to you. I have only one. This can connect. It's communication from here. Yeah, definitely they are related. And the only one I feel like my art, I want to put one more symbol. It's from what I expect from outside world, how I imagine it. I definitely want to have an acceptance, and I will put a heart using the lines. Yeah. It touches part of communication, being a person in this world, but also related to heart, accepting the heart. So relationship between my art and the reception heart from outside world. And the same color. The relationship between the two. And the lines, of course, can come from this image and nourish me, like my inner light. Maybe I feel like I need to grow my inner light. Right? So the symbol I will expand. Make it a little bit bigger. Oh, I like it. It just start touching. Now I feel comfortable as my symbol, my inner light, it touches all the four. Oh, the figure, the main figures of my communication. I think I may include a couple more figures. The curve in my line, maybe I want to create a safety area through lines. Well, the colors, and let's see. And I will round the main lines, the wider lines. So I often get the question from, especially in the free videos, and those who just start studying neurographic or neurographic art, when they see that I do not round everything. At the beginning of studies in neurographic and neurographic art, we suggest round everything, every corner, intersection. So yes, that's true. But there are different cases. For example, if the drawing has no conflict, has no painful topics or elements, yeah, it's okay to leave some intersections not rounded, especially when they fine lines. It's crazy, crazy to try to round absolutely everything, especially when lines are fine. So not everything is rounded. It's okay. The main rule, how this drawing makes you feel. If you feel comfortable with few roundings, yes, you can round fewer corners. If you need more, you can round everything. That's a general rule. Consider how these drawings makes you feel. Also, please remember that when we round the corners, it's not only about reducing like a sharpness, but it also indicates connection between lines and elements, and every line is our thought. Yes, the comment that somebody enjoys rounding, yes, it's a simple movement, but it brings so much calmness, so much relaxation. So please round. If this makes you feel better, please round everything. I will not call absolutely everything. Indicate some colors. It's a hint of colors. Now, I'm not sure how we'll draw this with a color any outside. Probably not. I will draw more lines. If you're drawing NeuroGraphica and you know the meaning of the field lines, you may include them if you find that this element is necessary for your drawing. I'm not sure. Yes. I'm not sure about my drawing. I will have to think and look again whether I want to strengthen it by adding field lines. There was a question about adding a gold color to it with a gold pen, gel pen. So I was thinking originally to create a drawing with a metallic pen, like silver or gold. However, when I started drawing with pencils, I decided against it. So there is an concern when we include gel pen or any other metallic color. They do not blend with other colors. So if you create the drawings with so I have a gel pen here, the entire drawing with a gel pen with the metallic colors, or use other metallic colors and combine them, like they together, you can blend them, like rounding, create a connection. Yeah, yes, the entire drawing will be fine. However, okay, so by the way, not all NeuroGraphic instructors may agree with this. So you have to take it with carefully. But as a rule, if I draw everything, the entire drawing with a metallic pen, yes, I can use it. However, blending different elements, different figures, using pencils, markers, or markers, regular markers, and metallic markers, not easy. They just they don't mix. So that's the reason why we caution about using metallic markers. Yeah, they could be good for decoration. Also, if you're using maybe if you purely not NeuroGraphica but NeuroArt all the way, do not call it NeuroGraphica, maybe. But the idea of NeuroGraphica and NeuroGraphic Art is to make the drawing unified, connected. So and if we have two networks of line, one is connected, one is with a metallic marker, one is with regular markers, there is no connection between them. That's the reason. So if we find a way how you can make this rounding so they blend together, that my answer yes, but two different texture such as metallic and ink do not mix. It is time, so we're finishing our class soon. And this is the drawing I wanted to share with you today. So if you have any questions regarding this drawing or in general NeuroGraphic Art, NeuroGraphica, or courses, please, you welcome you to ask questions.
Hi, Alina. Thank you for this. This has been really enjoyable. I have a question for the November challenge. I've taken the basic user course, so I have a lot of familiarity with the basics. But when you're doing something just as art or with an intention, do you generally start with just drawing neural lines, or do you start with shapes, or how do you do that without, a catharsis, or I'm not, how do you set that intention and start the process? Does that make sense?
Yes, this is a very good question. There is a big jump between the basic use of NeuroGraphica and everything else, because of all the advanced courses will start using shapes and free so-called composition that we make on our own, we create on our own. With the basic user course, it's so easy. You know, the squiggle and color, and the composition is ready. So
Yes.
it's easy. And the next, the easiest will be probably to start drawing lines and looking for elements. But being being an advanced user, even an instructor, I am used to making compositions. So like that, I have an idea, and I made this composition entirely on my own thinking. But this doesn't come easily. It needs to be some experience. So yes, of course, you can create. You can use 3 figures and the line and create various compositions, like with ideas of connection between the elements, like using figures as symbols. So
for example, for the first day where it's creativity, you would just think about symbols with regard to creativity and kind of go from there.
Yes, whatever symbols you can, you can put symbols on anything. You may even use expression of lines like you can use lines, and then you see whether any figures will fit, or doesn't have to be even figures. There could be lines. Like they're abstract topics. You may think first colors, apply colors, whatever you feel like, to evoke the feeling of, we react better to colors. And then colors, use lines on top of the colors and how it makes you feel.
Got it. That's helpful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, some of them, you may check some of my classes. I probably used like these free compositions and free tutorials on my YouTube channel.
Okay, thank you.
So you're welcome. A very similar question about this coming November challenge, when we use abstract themes and use NeuroGraphic or NeuroGraphic Art. So my YouTube channel contains some videos that you can use as an example, where I show how to draw. Typically I start with some symbol or figure, and I go from there. A year ago, I ran there was a weekly inspiration videos, and I showed that how some concepts, like abstract concepts, gratitude and joy and creativity and similar, and I used some symbols to draw those, to create those drawings. A YouTube channel, and I have a playlist, weekly inspirations. So weekly inspiration playlist contains those drawings that I created that with similar theme. I have joy, fulfillment, mindfulness, perseverance, wisdom, balance. So you may use those ideas, and once you yes, you can use for these drawing channels, please use shapes. You can even use symbolic images. That's also good. It's free. No, we have suggestions, but we don't have rules. Yes, you can use. My answer is yes, you can use symbols more than circles, triangles, and squares. And I use symbols. Often I use even sacred geometry. Merkaba, the mother like stars, 8-pointed stars. I agree with you. Those abstract drawings are not easy, and it took me, when I made those tutorials, it took me some time to think, consider, to make a drawing and to create explanation. So my suggestion for this November challenge would be, it's easy if you use a smaller paper, because it's an everyday drawing. You do not have to finish completely, just have the ideas. You can use paint, so make it the ideas to have a daily practice and develop a good habit. And also it helps us self-expression if you're feeling stuck. There's a certain number of drawings I know I can do. I have almost like templates in my mind, but that after 10, 15 days, I'll probably run out of them, and it will be, and then you have to expand your comfort zone. You have to expand and create breakthrough. I can see that thank you notes, that the idea that we're finishing the class. Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that we had a good group, that we all joined together. I will try to create free classes, typically every month. There is an event, and probably in December, maybe will be a couple. December, the holiday months filled with activities. So probably will be a couple of free classes in December. A question about seeing work people post on Facebook, but I often wish I knew what they present. Any galleries of photos. Not everyone explains for the images what they represent, and the abstract drawing would be helpful if a few words are written about what drawings mean, especially with the NeuroGraphic of this challenge. A few words and a couple sentences. And any galleries of photos, you can try to check online if you type, I mean, in general, type NeuroGraphic Art or NeuroGraphica and select images. They might give you images. You will find much more drawings and NeuroGraphica and variety of drawings in the Russian-speaking community, because NeuroGraphica have been there for a long time, more years, and some are create beautiful drawings. Interesting, very interesting, meaningful, and okay, so I hope I answered your questions. You're welcome to ask questions also in our Facebook group. Examples of the algorithm. Yes, you need to know what they are. I think it was a question whether, and then you can find them online. There are, in addition to the basic user course, there are 8 major modules in NeuroGraphica, and each of them teaches different techniques, different 6, 7, 8 techniques in each advanced module. Yes, and with the pencil, it's much softer. It creates a softer line. It's a good element. Okay, so thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next class. Bye for now.